Hello folks, Jonathan Milam here with 5 trumpets which at the moment are all for sale. I don't sell junk. The only thing that I usually buy is professional type horns, and all 5 of these are good, as I'm sure that the sound test will illustrate. The first one I'm going to start off with, actually I'm going to be selling 2 together. What they are, the P Mauriat, and these are modular horns, but they are so well put together. P Mauriat, for those of you that are sax players, have known the name and recognized the quality for a long time, but they're newer to the trumpet world. But anyway, modular, this has got the, oh, you can't see in the lighting in here, but it's got a titanium copper bell, puts out a beautiful tone, and a titanium copper lead pipe. Then I've got one here that has the brass lead pipe and brass bell, but you combine the two, you could have 4 different horns. You could have the titanium bell with the brass lead pipe, titanium bell with the titanium lead pipe, brass bell with the titanium, on and on and on. Your options are so great. But the way this is put together, it does not play like a lot of modular horns. You've got a hex screw here. You've got 2 hex screws attached to the top of the valve block, 2 screws that are attached to the bottom of the valve block, and then 1 on the bottom part of the bell and the base of the lead pipe as well. Very nice horn. Stainless steel valves made, I believe, in Taiwan, but I'm not sure. A lot of people think this might be made in part by CarolBrass. Again, I'm not sure, but wonderful stainless valves and good slides and an excellent tone. Okay, I'm going to use 2 mouthpieces since I've got 5 horns to go through. Got a Mt Vernon, got a CarolBrass, got a vintage Olds Opera that's all of these are nice horns. The first line in my comment section will be a link to Trumpet Herald. If these horns are for sale, they'll be for sale there. If they're not for sale, I might have some others that are for sale. Always pro horns, always enjoyable horns. And I've had some, in fact, I generally have excellent feedback on my sales. Every now and then I don't get any feedback, and that bothers me, but I don't always give feedback when I buy things either. Okay, starting off with the P Mauriat, going to be using a very mellow mouthpiece and one that is also quite cutting. My oldest daughter got married last night. We've got a ton of people that are still dropping in. 2 dogs that have been crazy over the whole weekend. We had the wedding here, and we've agreed we'll never do that again. Okay, going to use a rather lead-like, commercial-oriented mouthpiece and then a trumpet flugel, mild trumpet flugel. This is the GR64 medium shallow with their #1 backbore. Then we'll go to a great Soloist mouthpiece. I think I'm going to play an old gospel chorus, "For You I Am Praying." And folks, the way I'm going to have this set up, if you go to the comments and then there's a more in bold print, if you click on that, you can go right through from playing example to playing example, and you don't have to live through all of my speaking. Okay, I'm going to go to the brass bell, same horn. This is so cool. This is, of course, brass bell with silver plating. Then you've got titanium, I believe that is what it is, titanium finger buttons, top caps, and bottom caps. Beautiful, beautiful horn. As you notice, if you go directly from one horn to the next at the bottom of the comment section, should have a little more cutting sound with the brass lead pipe and brass bell. Okay, since I've got this one in hand, we will go directly. We'll go directly to the TATF trumpet flugel. The last few days, all I've played is a deep Reeves C2J trumpet flugel mouthpiece. And it's really nice to get something else. That's a phenomenal mouthpiece, but I was playing for a small wedding and just needed something very mellow. And but anyway, along that lines is Trent Austin's TATF, wonderful mouthpiece for a soloist. A little mellower, of course, but not too mellow. These P Mauriat horns, and buying two of them when you can mix and match the bell and the lead pipe. A lot of options there. Okay, same mouthpiece. It's the Trent Austin TATF, beautiful light rose colored bell and lead pipe, titanium copper for both. Okay, go to another nice horn. Again, this one is also from Taiwan. For those of you that don't know, CarolBrass, great manufacturer there. Long may the Taiwanese Republic stand firm and strong. This is a CarolBrass horn. Tremendous values, tremendous values. Absolutely stellar valves, slides. This one shows the previous two horns, the P Mauriat's just about brand new. This shows just a little bit of wear. Ah, yes, there we go. Just a little bit of wear along the upper part, just beyond the crook of the bell. Just a tiny bit under the ring of the third slide. Little bit on the valve block, but really wonderful horn. Great brass bell, 37 style. And with this, you get a sterling silver lead pipe. Great trumpet. This is the CarolBrass 5060 because it does have the reverse lead pipe and extra tuning slide as well. Great sounding horn. We'll start off with the more of the commercial sound, the GR64MS, then we'll go to the TATF on this excellent CarolBrass horn. Boy, my entries kill me when I take a while off. I can't hear the note clearly. That's a problem. These CarolBrass are some of the best horns for the money, especially you get them used. Just excellent, excellent values. Okay, now we'll play that same thing with a Trent Austin TATF. I call this a lot of times, I've started calling it recently, a Soloist mouthpiece. It is mellow, very, very deep V, but a livable drill size, about a 24, I believe. Wonderful horn. Wonderful horn. Well, they all are. All good pro horns. I just feel so fortunate sometimes. I've got into the habit of buying and selling. Don't make a lot of money on any horn. Don't like losing money on them though. Great trumpet here from the past. This is a Bach Stradivarius from the Mt Vernon era. Not sure you'll be able to see that there. Mt Vernon. And it also says it here on the valve block. Back when they were making the nickel silver upper balusters. French bead on the bell. This is about a 58, very wide, broad bell rim there. And as they did back then, no intonation pull on the first slide. Just, now this horn tends to play dark, so it'll sound really good with the mouthpiece in it. But when we get to the trumpet flugel, it'll be so dark you might have to adjust the light on your screen. With the GR64MS #1 backbore. And the Stradivarius, it's a 37 bell, 25 lead pipe, very stock, except it's a medium bore. What Malcolm McNabb played, the medium bore Strad. Interesting thing about the horns that came out of Mount Vernon at this time, they were playing so much darker than some of the New York Strads that Vincent Bach shortened this area of the lead pipe and the matching leg below 3/8 of an inch. So to get these playing in tune, usually I have my horn out about, usually I have my horn out about, I can't do anything with my left hand, about 1/4 of an inch. But this one you have to pull it out about 3/8 more. There we go. Probably very close. And it's so funny. I'm sorry, don't mean to diss people. But so many people say, oh, the harmonics, they will just kill you. You can't play the horn in tune with this. It's like my dad said, I was playing around with the third slide of a trumpet one time, and he said, just lip it. He had a full ride to a university on violin, doubled on trombone, and he wasn't much for people that were always looking for an excuse to change pieces out. But I think if he saw this horn, he'd go, ha, it's a great horn, play it like it is. But anyway, we'll try again. This is with the TATF, Trent Austin's trumpet flugel, and the wonderful 58-59 Mt Vernon Strad. of the top repairmen in the U.S., brass repairmen, I'm told, really likes Stradivarius horns, although he's worked with different companies. But a friend of mine who is a fairly close acquaintance of his says he is so disappointed with so many Strads today because they're shrill sounding. Says he wanted the dark Strad. For those that want a horn that leans dark but can be colored greatly, it's hard to beat that era of Mt Vernon Strads that have the shortened lead pipe, because they had a rich, dense, slightly darkish quality. And I've been all over the tuning mechanism on my phone, and I just don't see an intonation problem. Perhaps on some, but I genuinely don't think this needs the new lead pipe. Although, Charlie Milk, Dr. Valve, Josh Landris, I think they all have lead pipes that they can replace this with, lengthen the bottom leg. You still get the beauty of the bell, but you would lose the authenticity of the sound of that. Okay, another very interesting horn, probably not quite as old as the Strad, but this is an Olds Opera. Olds Opera needs just a little bit of cleanup in the bell area. Quite good for a vintage horn. Nickel silver, largely nickel silver. Solid nickel silver, not just a nickel silver coating. But and also the only true large bore 468 bore that was a standard large bore for the Olds company. For those of you that like trombone, Google Bill Pierce. I think it's Pearce, trombone at YouTube. Oh man, Beyond the Sunset. Ooh, he played an Olds Opera trombone, large bore tenor, and just a majestic sound. And we'll try and do this justice. Great, great horn here. Starting off with the GR64 MS mouthpiece. Okay, now we'll take that same trumpet, and nickel silver, usually you're expecting a bright tone. I certainly was. It's got a very, leans mellow, leans dark, a little bit like the Mt Vernon. Very surprising. I think this would be a tremendous soloist horn to have in your arsenal. Okay, we'll try that with the deeper TATF trumpet flugel mouthpiece from Trent Austin. Two more things I'll do. I'll mention how this works. Of course, it's got your traditional third slide pull and got a nice Olds original one there. And it also has a great trigger on the first slide. Excellent. That's your third slide compression and first. And first, a friend of mine who I got this from, thank you, Greg, wonderful idea. He liked it better with a little felt piece. It's got a mother of pearl touch there. But and I looked at it and thought, oh, I like that felt piece there too. Okay. For those of you that don't know that song that I was playing, and I always wonder, how does it go? How does it go? Very simply. For you I am praying. For you I am praying. For you I am praying. I'm praying for you. I bleed gospel. Love those old songs. Only remember my dad hearing that. And now I go to church and hear the 7-Eleven song. Got 11 words and they have to sing it 7 times. Anyway, get off my little high horse there. Thanks for staying with me. 22 minutes. However, that's 5 wonderful horns with 2 different mouthpieces each. Just a little rundown on the benefit of each make and model. As always, thanks so much for tuning in. Any horns that I mentioned we've got for sale, first line will have the link to where those are. If you don't see something you like, contact me on one of the horns or one of the ads at Trumpet Herald, where the link will take you, that I do have listed and might have something that's going to be for sale before too long that would be of interest with you. Take care of yourself in these troubling times and someone near you.